Hello everyone, it's Vigi here today, and it's been a while since I've last talked to you guys, so this is going to be like a nice refresher. Oh, I probably should mention what this talk is about, so yeah. Um, this talk's basically going to be about the Mega Balls forum, I guess section you could call it, and basically the recent changes and, well, what's going on here, if you so happen to care. So I'll look at both of these classes, the new classes. Phoenix and Werewolf. Sorry, just feeling awfully tired today because senior year is pretty tough. Let's just say that. So anyways, here's Codename's post about Phoenix. Hey guys, here's the first look at what we have in store with the Phoenix class. Read below for more information, and you have your basic information here. So the whole idea of having, requirements on mythical classes is pretty good. I actually like that because now people can't just instantly prestige a new class like what happened with Pirate on the first day it was released. I believe it was like Ryan1220 something, whatever. But he prestiged Pirate as soon as it came out, and everyone's just like, well, okay then. And interestingly enough, it's just they've decided against that. Anyways, so the requirements here aren't too hard. It's either in order to get prestige, 50 wins using Phoenix, 500 kills / assists using Phoenix, or 5,000 kills / assists. So this takes like a decent amount of time, and I quite like that. This one's probably going to be easier to get rather than 5,000 kills / assists because, yeah, games don't exactly last that long anymore. So ability, Lava Breath. This basically seems like a Pigman ability. Essentially Pigman, I'm assuming that this damage is true, but I'm not sure. Regen 1-2 seconds to allies in range. So that's like, is that even 1 heart? I'm not sure. I don't think that's even half a heart, but might be wrong. The duration of the regen is added to any existing duration, meaning a maximum of 10 seconds of regen, if an ally stays for the full duration of the skill. This ability does not stack if multiple players use it on the same spot. So basically it's saying if you're trying to have like 4 Phoenixes use this ability at the same time, that's not really going to do jack stuff. But this is nice, the duration of the regen, because this could go really well with regen potions. Assuming that this regen doesn't take effect over the other regen. Like for example, Golem drinks its regen free potion, and then after that Phoenix uses its ability when it's drinking the potion. Like, I suspect that's how it works anyways. So this passive looks pretty interesting. It's basically, if you have iron ingots, you eat it and you get, you get bonuses. Eating iron ingots when your energy is full will heal 0.5 to 1 heart. Also, I should note, I have no idea if this class actually gets energy from hitting people, or is it you only get energy from eating iron ingots, because if so, then it has a cooldown of like, 15 seconds? Which is, pretty long cooldown, but if you have max energy and you start using, you start eating iron ingots, you also get hearts, you also heal hearts, which is really, really good, considering it only takes 1.5 seconds to eat. So eating iron ingots grants allies within 5 blocks 8 seconds of resistance 1, 5-second cooldown per player on resistance. That's really good. Now it may not seem that good, but it's 8 seconds of resistance 1, my bad, which is 20% damage reduction from anything, which is like, yeah. So essentially, this is like encouraging team fights. Like, it's good to have a supporting element in it. I just find that it's a bit easy to give it, considering all you have to do is eat 1 iron ingot, and if you have a Dreadlord, just ask them to get like 5 stacks of iron for you, and you're good for the whole game. So this next passive is really interesting. Once per game during deathmatch, when your health drops below, okay, I'm not gonna read the rest. You guys can read it, but this is interesting in the fact that you have to kill the Phoenix twice, technically, anyways. Because when you kill it the first time, Resurrection will activate, and so they heal 5 hearts at max, which is like, you're still really low, but it's an okay amount considering you already died once. You drop all of your equipment. It's also neat in the fact that it activates lava breath for you. I believe that you don't have to have lava breath. You don't have to have max energy in order to pop resurrection. Otherwise, resurrection would be kind of useless most of the time. So it automatically uses lava breath. You heal, and then after that you get to escape. The only issue is that you drop all of your equipment. Okay, you keep your kit items. Is that you drop everything you have. So no armor. Okay, you keep your kit items, which is, what is your kit? Iron, diamond boots. Okay, it's just diamond boots. So you're gonna need more iron and whatnot. I'm not sure by when it says you drop all your equipment if that counts as things such as blocks or iron ingots and whatnot, but no idea. And then after this period, you are alive and back in the game, minus your inventory. So, judging by this definition, I guess equipment counts as anything that's not a kit item, but I can't be sure. The kit also looks pretty nice. Iron Sword Sharpness 1, Stake 3, and it gets 2 potions of healing, which are both 8 hearts. This is hard. Very hard. Ooh. Okay, going on. So its kit's pretty nice. It's kind of like Squid's kit in a sense, but it has a much better sword, and the potions are arguably better in a sense. And for the gathering talent, Quarry. Gain 1 to 9 iron ingots when the player is killed by you or by an ally within 5 blocks of you. So basically it gives you 3 iron. Like, boom. It works well with your passive furnace, and so that's useful. Heck, you might actually not have to mine for iron the entire game if you're just gonna defend. Because then you'll always be getting, like, what, 9 iron ingots? Anyways, that's Phoenix. Phoenix is, I think it's a good step. Like, no, it's a... As you can tell, I'm struggling with my words today. Whoops. Phoenix, I think, is a good, it's a good step to the future because it has this supporting aspect. It's not like Zombie where it just heals people. This one also encourages you to work together with someone like Quarry, and as well as Furnace. This is probably going to be game changing right here. This passive, just because of this part. I cannot stress how important it is to have resistance in like big team fights. I get that a lot of, actually almost every class is gonna have a true damage ability, but still, resistance 1 is great. So anyways, let's go take a look at Werewolf. Werewolf class, first look. 100% broken, I see. Let's go to page 1. No, there we go. So here we go. Codename posted this. When did he post this? Oh, yesterday, right? Just like he said. So this class gains 12 energy per hit. Alright, judging by this, I'm assuming that Phoenix doesn't actually get energy on hit or per second, and it only gets energy from its passive. Which makes sense, I suppose, but it's also kind of meh in a sense. Anyways. So Werewolf is... It's weird. It's like a ranged class, but it's kind of tanky at the same time, so... I'm not sure what to say. Is this kind of like a check to Skelly, perhaps? Because it does get projectile protection free on a diamond chestplate, which is like, ooh, arrows aren't going to do much to you at all. Potion of healing 10, and you get a power 2 bow, which is pretty good. Iron sword, and you get 4 stake instead of 3. That's kind of new, I suppose. Anyways, going back. So 12 energy per hit, it's like Pirate, Dreadlord, Squid, around that anyways. So Howling Owl. Howling Arrow, oh my goodness, I just say Howling Owl, whatever. While this ability is active, arrow shot from a fully drawn bow, in bold, just to emphasize how important it is. Gain a free block hitbox, and deal 3 to 5 damage while in flight until they hit a block. Won't expire on hitting a player. So I have no idea if this damage will stack on top of like a regular, power 2 shot. Like if you hit the person with power 2, does this damage substitute into it or stack on top of it. Well, actually no, it should be stacking on top of it, otherwise that'd be kind of useless. It's not bad at all, but I'm not sure how long it takes to draw a bow in Minecraft. Let me quickly check that. Bow. And as you can tell, I'm kind of a slow typer, but it's okay. So here we have the bow. Does it say drawn back by using it, charging the bow to its maximum, charge 3 ticks. I have no idea how long 3 ticks is. 1, 2, maybe 3. Oh, 1 second. Anyways, there we have it. So it takes 1 second to fully draw a bow, meaning that technically you could get off 8 shots in this time. That would apply to Howling Arrow, but I highly doubt that's possible because you also have to take time to aim, which usually takes like maybe like 1 or 2 seconds per arrow as well. So maybe you'll get like 4 shots of Howling Arrow, which is pretty decent considering you get a big hitbox from it, meaning that you don't have to actually be too accurate. It's almost as good as, well actually it's arguably as good as Hunter's Eagle Eye in the sense that you don't actually have to hit dead on at the person. You just have to hit in the general area and boom, they're taking a lot of damage. So Howling Arrow looks pretty interesting. Now let's check out Blood Splatter. When you take damage, you have an 8 to 12% chance to gain Speed 1 and Saturation 2 to yourself and nearby teammates within 8 blocks for 10 seconds. Again, Werewolf has this aspect, just like Phoenix does in the whole quotation marks supporting, I guess you could call it category. I mean, Saturation 2 is just kind of, it's okay, you don't have to eat so much. When you take damage, oh, it's when you take damage, not when you deal damage. Oops, I misread that. So that's not bad at all, but Speed 1's kind of meh. And within, well actually 10 seconds of Speed 1's pretty decent. Bite Transference, that's kind of a weird name, but I'm not really going to question the names here. When you shoot an enemy with a fully drawn bow, 5 to 10% of the damage you deal is healed to the closest ally within 10 blocks. Now, this is really interesting. 5 to 10% of the damage, but that really, actually, you're not really healing that much if you're not, if you don't have Howling Arrow active, because you're not going to be dealing that much damage. Like Power 2, I'm not sure how much you're going to be dealing to full iron. Maybe 2 hearts? Question mark? Big question mark. So 5 to 10% of 2 hearts is like what? 0.2 health? And then you're healed for half of this value. That's kind of meh. This damage includes skill damage since they are also shot from a fully drawn bow. Okay, so it's essentially encouraging you to use Howling Arrow with like, okay, emphasis on fully drawn bow. Everyone gets that. I'm pretty sure that this is because there's no real incentive to have a fully drawn bow, like in quotation marks, close combat, because, for example, Skelly, its agile ability, it doesn't matter how far away the enemy is or how, or how long you charge your bow for. You're still getting your maximum amount of speed 2 in region 1. Alright. So going on, their gathering talent for Werewolf look is pretty interesting. When you mine an ore, you have a 8 to 16% chance to drop a cooked steak. Now, this applies to any ore, meaning that it could be diamond, iron, or coal that you mine that has a chance to drop steak, which is pretty good. As in, you don't have to depend on just finding chests to get, extra food. Also, it's interesting to note that Werewolf is the only class that gets 4 steak compared to most classes who get 3. I mean, Squid also gets, it gets 4 pieces of cooked salmon, however you pronounce it, whatever. Anyways, it gets 4 of that, which is, arguably worse than 3 steak, but, it's just like a special Squid thingy. And I actually have no idea if this applies during deathmatch or not. because it just says whenever you mine an ore. It doesn't say when, like what kind of period you have to do. And I'm not sure if Codename has followed up on that or if anyone's pointed that out yet, but that's an interesting thing. So Werewolf is an odd class because it's kind of tanky in the fact that it has a diamond chestplate with a 10 heart healing potion, but it also gets a power 2 bow. Interestingly enough, this also gets an iron sword. So, that's like one convenient thing about it. You don't need to craft a sword every single time. And the bow has Unbreaking 1, power 2, so it's like a blaze bow almost. Heck, it's basically like a blaze bow. But this is the awkward thing about Werewolf. The fact that it's only 12 energy per hit, and its ability and passives only apply to fully drawn bows. So basically, you can only fire like a shot like every 1 second. Now, it doesn't sound like that's a huge problem or anything, but it is a big difference, especially when you're being chased down by people. A lot of the time, you're not going to have time. Okay, I just overused the word time, but it's okay. A lot of scenarios, you're not going to be able to fully draw your bow and land a successful shot on someone when you're running. Because, heck, that's pretty hard. Especially when you don't actually get any real good speed buffs. I mean, you get speed 1, but that's only a % chance of when you get hit. So, yeah, speed 1's okay. It's not amazing, but, 10 seconds of speed 1, hey, that's better than nothing. So Werewolf is definitely an interesting class, but I do think it's going to have some trouble fitting in with this with the current situation because it depends on its bow for so much. Actually, it depends on its bow for everything. Its ability and its passive are useless in melee combat, so it's an odd class. What else is there? Oh, right, here is DCTR's second shred, I believe. This isn't the one which got all the hate on it, but this one, or is it? Let me check. Oh, no, this is the follow-up one. Hey guys, thanks for your feedback on the last post, both positive and negative. Mostly negative, emphasis on the negative. We are listening, and we are learning. Yes, but you're not learning fast enough. Anyways, so this is the current, these are the current projected changes and whatnot. And, okay. Oh, wait. Did they remove the ability, gain a fast regen, cooldown and chop? Okay, so they're really just changing rejuvenate. So these are the balancing changes for the current classes, and they're alright. They're not exactly amazing, but, not too bad either. Dreadlord, they're nerfing Dreadlord again. They're probably nerfing Pirate, yes they are. Pigman, interesting. Anyways, so this is what I like to see. Although the changes aren't like what I would suggest doing. Well, actually that's exactly what I thought should be done, so that's nice to see. But although most of these changes aren't what I would actually change, I do like the fact that they're being very open with it. They're showing what's going to happen, and they've been constantly saying that these are not final changes. That is perhaps the most important thing. The fact that they're willing to change is very important for balancing, anyways. So you get to have your own say. Like, you could say whatever. You could say first, and you get a bunch of dislikes and likes, because that's just how it works. You'll also say second for some reason, but it's all good. Yeah. Here he emphasizes, as with everything else, these values are not set in stone. That's what matters the most. So kudos to the staff team for actually being open about this update. I mean, you guys are getting a lot of crap for it, but hey, it's better in the past than when we have no idea what's going on, and then we start flooding the forums with complaints and whatnot. But that's just a nice thing to see. Anyways, as for my thoughts on Werewolf and Phoenix, Werewolf does look powerful, but it also looks weak at the same time because of the fact that it's just completely one-sided in terms of the bow. It's not like... Okay, that's not the big issue. The big issue is the fact that the bow has to be fully drawn. And although it's not a big time-wise issue, it is just, it depends on one thing a bit too much in that sense. It's kind of like Blaze, but Blaze is 7 Hearts ability, which charges every, like, what, 20 seconds? I mean, that's pretty strong, but eh. Meanwhile, Phoenix, on the other hand, looks cool, pretty good, because it does have a very unique playstyle. And I like the fact that both of these classes have quotation marks supporting, supporting aspects of them, end quotation, because that's what Mega Walls kind of needs nowadays. Okay, no thank you. So yeah, anyways, thank you for listening to me drone on a bit. I'm sorry I wasn't exactly, the most on top of things this time, mainly because I haven't done this in a while, and yeah, let's just say life has been stressful. Anyways, see you guys later.